If you've been thinking about or planning to provide a product or post some content or even thinking about starting a new online business for days, weeks, months, possibly even years, but you haven't yet put anything out, this is for you. The chances are you're just stuck in planning mode. And planning mode is one of the biggest hurdles that I reckon virtually every new creator starts with. And today in this video, I'm going to show you how to get over that step by step. Let's dive in. Okay, to put it bluntly, planning is not taking action. We all think that when we start planning or we're researching, we're looking up how to do things on YouTube and we're putting pen to paper and writing our ideas down, that we're making progress, we're moving things forward, and it's easy to think that you're actually doing something positive and you're working towards your goal. But the reality is that's not, well, you are working towards your goal, but when you're doing this over and over again and keep on and on and on without ever committing to providing a product or service and make it available for other people to consume, the reality is your fear is taking over and you're putting it off because you're worried about what other people might think or whether it's good enough. I say this without judging. Trust me, I've done this for years and years myself. As I said I think I said in a previous video, how I found an email campaign that I'd written 15 years ago and never put it out because I just didn't feel it was good enough at the time. And so I was stuck in planning mode back then. And it's something that it holds so many of us back. And the reality is, if you can just break out of it, then you don't need to plan, because the plans come to fruition they just come naturally. The next steps come naturally by actually doing. You learn not by researching something endlessly, you learn by actually doing. An example would be, let's say you were planning on learning how to swim. You could read loads of books, you could watch videos, you could watch all the Olympics, you could watch all kinds of things. And if you keep doing that, you will never ever learn to swim. The way to do it is to get into the pool and have a go and learn to swim. And it's the same with starting a business, posting content, taking action. The action is the key. And there's an expression, I think, or it might be a book, I can't remember. There's an expression called feel the fear and do it anyway. And I say it's almost like feel the embarrassment and do it anyway. And just start. Just get stuff out there. Now, of course, that I don't believe in the what people say, just start and put any old rubbish out there. I think that's bad advice. But put something together, commit to it, even if it's not perfect. Get it out and put it out there. And that's what I mean by breaking out of planning mode. And you've got to commit to publishing your content, posting your content. If you've got a product or service that you're ready or it's good enough that other people could take advantage of or benefit from, it's time to do it. It's time to get it out there. So how do you do it? Well, as a copywriter for the last 15 years, I've spent years building and launching strategies for others people. And I've always had the good intentions or the plans, if you like, to do it for myself, but I've never have because of the same reasons. I always had the fear, and I was getting a bit complacent. I was earning pretty good money as a copywriter, and so to a certain extent I lost the hunger, but I always felt something was missing, and I wanted to put something, start my own or get my own products out into the world. But I never got over the planning stage of actually doing something. Basically, I was always refining the plan, if you like, and the way I got over it was I shifted my mindset, and the way to do it I felt was just to put something out that's small, that was easy. It was an easy win, if you like, and that's what I've done actually. And recently I've launched my own product, and here's the mindset that changed everything for me. Don't try and plan the perfect product. Create a small, an easy win, if you like, that is ready now. And when you break it down into something as simple as that, it's actually really easy to do if you trust yourself to do it and break out of the fear factor. It doesn't need to be your big idea or your life's work. You just need to you're just slightly further ahead than someone else. If you think about a problem you've solved or something you've dealt with in your own life, something that someone else can benefit from, something you're good at, something you like talking about, something people ask you about, solve a problem for one person. It doesn't, no matter how small, just solve a problem and take a few minutes to write out an outline, put it down on a document, even a one-page document, just put it down, write it down, and make it something that's an easy win. Actually get it down on paper. Once you've got the structure of it, you can use ChatGPT to help you expand it, or you can make notes to help you expand it. But then expand your idea down into a short little document and explain it in 3 to 5 steps how you solved a certain problem. And one thing that are always good is shared experiences. Shared experiences are always really good for building rapport. I like to think of rapport as a nodding head syndrome. When people are in rapport, they tend to nod along. And when I write sales copy, one of the things, the objective, I'm trying to get people to nod along and agree with what I'm writing. And subliminally, they're going, oh yeah, I like that, yeah, that's good. I get that. And that's the sort of thing we want to do with our products now. The way to do that is build a product from something that you've done or something, because shared experiences build rapport really easily. When people, as I said, when you've overcome a problem or you've got a solution to something that other people will have had or are having that problem, and you've solved it, they'll be quite happy to take your content from you. Now, whether you sell it or give it away as a lead or to get leads, that's not the objective for now. But the idea is to just get something out there. So put your ideas down, write them, and as I said, what's something you've helped with people before, or what do you get asked about all the time? What do family and friends talk to you about? What's something that you could talk about all day? Write your ideas down, put them into a document, and then expand on that document into 3 to 5 steps. Put it in a Google Docs or something like that. That's the easiest way to, and then save it as a PDF, and then you've got a consumable product, if you like, or a sellable product. If you're doing a video, do what I'm doing now. Just set the camera up, write a few notes, and then talk to the camera as best as possible. Even if it's shit, which I'm sure this video is as well, but it doesn't matter. The idea is to get your ideas and your content out. And once you start getting stuff out there, as I said, you will learn from it. It's just the way we all learn. We learn by doing. Yes, to a certain extent, we learn by reading and studying, but the actual real learning comes when you actually start doing. When you learn to drive, you don't really learn to drive until you've passed your driving test. I learned to fly an aeroplane a few years ago, and as a student pilot, I found it really, really daunting the whole time. And yes, I learned everything, but it wasn't until I passed my private pilot's license, got my private pilot's license, and I started flying on my own, that I was able to learn and become a better pilot from it. And this is the thing, it's the same with putting out content. The way to learn and improve and get better is to just do it and not be stuck in planning mode. Planning mode is the biggest hurdle that stops content creators or new potential business owners getting further ahead. And the idea, as I said, the best way to do it is just create an easy win, a really short little something that you can put out and create quickly, get it out there and learn from it and expand and build upon it that way. It's not rocket science. It's actually really easy to do, but it's just that little bugging voice in your head that just says it's not good enough or should I really be putting this stuff out? Yes, you should. And when you start doing it, everything will become that much clearer. And I truly believe that's when momentum happens and you'll start building from doing. That's what I've been doing my videos lately. I'm not a polished YouTuber yet, and I might have a handful of views, especially at the time this video comes out. But who knows? If once I get better at it, which I will get better at it, in years to come, maybe my YouTube channel will have a lot more views, and I'll get a lot more out of it. And these early videos, if you like, they'll probably get to the point where even they get views because the people look back and how did he start? Because that's something I do when I look at other YouTube channels. I look back at the oldest videos and see how some of these YouTubers started out. And they're all very stilted and very, sometimes very awkward. But as they continued posting their content, they become much more polished. And that's the same what I'm talking about here. So here's a super simple method to go from planning to it forever to launching something within a week. Write down the minimum version of your idea. One outcome, one solution, one problem solved, if you like, on one page. Then give yourself 48 hours to create it. No more than that. Use Canva, Google Docs, anything. Post it, share it, ask who wants a copy, share it on all your social media. Get feedback. Don't need a website, no funnel. Just action. Take something and just action. Just do it. That's exactly what I've done recently with a product that I've recently developed called Idea to Income. It's a few PDFs that I put together based on the information I'm telling you here. I didn't want to talk about copywriting, even though that's my field of expertise. And not because there's anything wrong with the subject. I was just a bit bored with it, and I wanted to break into the creator space. But I'm not an expert on the creator space. I've not made big inroads into YouTube, obviously, and I've not created loads of products, but I knew exactly how to do this. I've known for years how to create PDFs. I know how to use Canva. I've got the professional Canva edition, although Canva is brilliant, even the free version. So learn how to use Canva. Learn how to use basic programs that enable you to put a landing page up. Learn how to, I use WordPress for my websites and things, but there's a great platform called system.io. Look that up and for posting content, and it's so easy to use and it's so powerful, especially for beginners. In fact, that's where I'd recommend you start. System.io is definitely the way to go forward because it's got everything: email marketing, email platform, a platform for your digital products. It's easy to take payments. It's got everything you need to launch digital products, and it's easy to learn how to do it. And there's loads of videos on YouTube on how to do it. But as I said, I knew how to use this software. I knew how to use. I've taught myself how to create PDFs. I know how to use Canva, and so I thought, okay, I've not made a fortune by my own products yet, but I know how to create my own products. So why can't I impart that knowledge to you? Now, it's easy to think, as in planning mode, well, loads and loads of people do this. It's all been done before. Why would they listen to me? Well, the reality is my audience or people who resonate with me won't necessarily have seen all those other hundreds of thousands of YouTubers posting the same content. My content will be for the people who I resonate with or they resonate with me. And so I decided to put it out anyway. And I'll put a link in the description if you want to have a look at it. It's called Idea to Income. It's only $7, which as I said. And obviously, as time goes on, I'm going to intend to improve it and add to it and make it better and better, and obviously increase the price over. And that's the way we learn things. And as I said, I really am practicing what I'm teaching in this video. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. That's what I think you should do. The longer you plan without executing, the harder it becomes to take action. And I've been guilty of this for years. As I said, I've so often I've thought, I'm going to put my own stuff. What do I sell? And blah, blah, blah. No, just get out and do it. If you start to doubt the idea, you start to put things off and you never get around to do it, and taking action becomes harder and harder and harder. You need to take the bull by the horns and do it. Get it out there. Even the minimum you can get out, start and try. What's the worst can happen? No one buys it, no one sees it, no one cares about it. And that's the beauty. No one cares about it if it fails. That's the other thing that's really hard to accept when you're starting out. You think, it'll be so embarrassing or whatever if no one wants it. So what? No one wants it if they can't see it anyway. It might just surprise you, and they do want it. And obviously you can get feedback and you get energy. And once you get feedback, you get inspiration. And that becomes all the more and more exciting for you to create more and build on it. And that's the beauty of getting stuff out there now. Okay, so there we are. If you've been stuck in the the planning loop, if you like, this is your permission, or the challenge, if you like, to break out of it, to stop planning and start building. Make it small, make it rough, just make it real, and do it. And if you're stuck for ideas or you don't know what to do, then, as I said, check out my idea to income guide that's been designed for exactly this. Pure people who have got no idea and don't know where to start, or just need some inspiration on how to get going. This is what I did. It's all in the guide, is how I started and what I've done. Everything, the way I've done it, is all in the guide. So I've put it out there. I've done it. You can do the same. And so, as I said, the link's in the description. I'm doing this publicly, if you like. I'm starting, if you like, publicly. I've got a decent career in copywriting. I don't need to do this. I want to do it. And that's a big difference. I don't have to. And so if you're in a situation where, you're not enjoying what you're doing at the moment, start something new. Break out, get it out and do this. This is what I'm doing. This is what I think you should do. And what better way to start with my little PDF, or my little PDF package that comes with it. Also, it comes with a bonus, by the way, of if you don't know what to sell or don't know what to write about, there's 100 odd ideas in a little bonus PDF that gives you some ideas of what to create and sell. But anyway, enough of me rambling on. This is what I wanted to talk about today. Get over the planning stage. Researching and endless YouTubes trying to find out how to do something, making sure things are perfect. That's not taking action. Taking action is getting something rough and ready down, getting it out into the world, improving upon it, refining it and building upon it. That's taking action. That is how you'll succeed. And that's any successful person in all walks of life will tell you that's how you succeed. Get on and do it. And on that note, I'll end the video here. See ya.